Hi everybody, I'm Jack and this is Raw Tropical Living. Thanks for joining me today. Got a recipe video for you today. This is a no fat and it's very tasty. I've eaten this 4 nights out of the last 5, and the only reason I didn't eat it last night probably was because I was getting out of yoga and didn't feel like doing any food prep. Now I should say, I don't want to mention the person's name because people are funny about that stuff on social media. I don't know why, but anyhow, this recipe comes from a friend on Facebook. The only thing I've changed in here is like the amounts of some of the ingredients, just, you know, like I do based on my taste, but this is like hers. This is her recipe. So anyhow, I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do, and then I'm going to go do a few steps with it. What I've got here is I've got, oh, and also too, I will write her proper recipe down in the description below. I'm just going to tell you as I go any difference that I've made to it. Right here we have about a cup and a half of spinach, and it's guesstimated. I just was using a coffee cup, but about a cup and a half of spinach, cup and a half of basil, 3 cloves of garlic. She calls for 1. I'm a heavy garlic guy. Lime juice. She calls for the juice of 1 lemon. This is 2 limes juiced. I like things a little wet. And we've got about 10 ounces of corn. 10 ounces of corn. And the recipe calls for about half a cup, but I'm really hungry when I've been making these, so I'm adding more corn in there. I love corn. So anyhow, I'm going to go blend all this together, and I'll be back to you for the next step. All right. Got everything all blended up. Tastes good. Tastes good. Like I say, by about the 4th or 5th time I'm making these recipes, they really start getting good. Now what we're going to use to pour this on is I have a head of cabbage here. A full head of, big head of cabbage actually. The only one thing I forgot for this recipe was a onion. A lot of times I'll put an onion in here too, even though that wasn't part of the original. So there's a nice green right there. I'm going to just pour it in. And you know what? I got to tell you, when I first saw this recipe, even though the person that I got the recipe from, they come up with some good stuff, and it was like, I was still kind of like, how is this going to taste? I just wasn't quite sure. This didn't sound like the most exciting combo in the world, to tell you the truth. But let me tell you, when I made it, I was very pleased. Very, very pleased. There's only one possible downside to this new dish, because I like this dish so well that it's going in my normal rotation. And, well, what's the problem with that? The problem right now is I'm not eating very much fat. I probably need to put some more fat in my diet, but it's summer down here. It's hotter than hell, and I just am not feeling the fat, so I'm not eating fat a lot of days. I have been putting some chia seeds in the smoothies the past couple of days, but not a lot. Not like, you know, probably about maybe use 2 tablespoons. So anyway, another no-fat dinner, but you might like this. This one is super hearty, and with the head of cabbage here, if you can, some people can't digest cabbage, the cruciferous stuff, but if you can, this is a tasty recipe, and this is one hell of a colon broom right here. So let's give it a taste test. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Now I'm going to mow down this big bowl. And then, having eaten it 5 days out of 6, it's probably time. I try to be careful with my recipes that I don't, like, just completely burn myself out on them. I was doing that with, well, that one had fat, so I can't do it every day, but I was doing that with the mango coconut. Actually, I might be up for a couple of days of mango coconut since I haven't been eating a lot of fat lately. But this is a nice, light, I mean, I know it's our summer here, it's not your summer, but this fills a couple of purposes to me, even though it might sound contradictory. This is nice for summer weather, because it's light in the sense it doesn't have fat, it's not going to weigh you down. It'll fill you up, but you're not going to have that, you know, blah feeling. And it would also be good in the winter because you're looking for hearty in the winter. Like I say, a lot of times the whole needing fat, needing something hot, you can replace that by adding something that's just very hearty, very dense. And this is both right here, you know. A lot of my dishes that I really want the hearty and dense stuff, I better not eat that, I'll make all kind of mess with the beard. A lot of the dishes that I use that are very hearty have corn in there. Corn is a good one, if you can digest corn. I know there's a lot of people that can't digest raw corn. I know it's not fair. I can pretty much just digest everything. I could probably break a wooden chunk off of this desk and eat it, take a bite, and it would probably go down okay. But anyhow, I hope that you guys give this a try. Tell me what you think. I'm going to write, like I say, I'll put the proper recipe down below. You can go back and see my adjustments. You can play with it yourself. As I always repeat myself over and over, play with everybody's recipes. Make them your own. But anyhow, hope you guys like this one. If you like this one, give me a thumbs up. I hope you'll subscribe to the channel and share this one, because this is a super easy one too. I mean, this one takes very little time in the kitchen, and it doesn't really take any skills. It's just a short list of ingredients. So hope you guys like this one, and hope your week's going well. Love you. Peace.